One of Hollow Knight's creepiest bosses is the creature simply known as Nosk. No other beings exactly like it are ever encountered in Hallownest. One has to wonder, what exactly is this thing? Why and how does it do what it does? I'll be explaining my speculations in this video. First off, Nosk is definitely a shapeshifter. It is able to disguise itself as a myriad of other creatures without revealing its true form. As suggested by its hunter's journal entry, Nosk is able to do this through reading the minds of its approaching prey and turning into something that would attract them, such as a deceased loved one. However, when it comes to the night, Nosk just transforms into the night. Nosk may have found it harder to read the knight's mind because the knight is a vessel, so it couldn't find anything to turn into that would attract the knight other than the knight themselves. This very likely isn't the only instance of Nosk mimicking not a loved one of its prey, but the prey itself. One corpse outside its lair has the dream nail dialogue, "My face." I suppose the curiosity as to why someone is seeing a copy of themselves could be taken advantage of to lure them. Nosk is spider-like and resides in Deepnest alongside the spider tribe and weavers. Even Deepnest's own inhabitants have fallen for its tricks, however, as several dirt carvers and a stalking devout are seen in its lair. Some fans have inferred that Nosk may have been inspired by the real-life phenomenon of spider ant mimicry. Just as it sounds like, certain spiders will disguise themselves as ants in order to approach their prey undetected, just as Nosk changes shape to lure its prey. Nosk has also lured multiple other vessels into its lair, as we see 11 of them strung up in the space. To lure them, Nosk likely did the same thing it did with the knight, transformed itself to look exactly like the vessel it was trying to capture. The vessels may have followed it either out of curiosity or the desire to find another one of their own kind. Even though multiple vessels had passed through the area, they may have all been traveling alone, having arrived in Deepnest at different times from one another. Deepnest has a possible connection to the Abyss as suggested by the room in which Sharp Shadow is acquired. This very well could have been a way for some other vessels to escape from there into Deepnest, where they were captured by Nosk before they could get any further. Like many enemies in Hallownest, Nosk is infected. Even though its thoughts cannot be read with the Dream Nail, it must have some kind of mind or mental space for the Radiance to infiltrate. Two of Nosk's attacks, known as Eruption and Rain, involve it spilling infection out of its body. However, it would be no less lethal without these attacks and without the infection. Prior to the Hidden Dreams update, Nosk only had its charge and leap attacks. Before it was infected, it probably used these maneuvers to attack its prey. Nosk does most closely resemble a spider, after all, and that's what spiders do. They attack and kill their prey. As for why Nosk captures its prey, it's likely for the same reason as real-life spiders as well, to eat their insides. Now let's look at what we get from Nosk in the Godmaster expansion. In the Hall of Gods, Nosk is called the God of the Faceless. This title hints that even though Nosk can put on many faces as disguises, it does not have a true face of its own. Another time we hear mention of facelessness is from Maskmaker, also located in Deepnest, who says that he will make masks to function as faces for any bug who does not have a face of their own. This alludes to the possible existence of other beings who are similarly faceless like Nosk, even if they are not the exact same type of being as Nosk. Nosk's own name may even come from No Mask, meaning no face nor mask for a face. Godmaster also gave us a new form of Nosk, Winged Nosk, to make us all extra thankful that arachnids don't have wings in real life. Instead of disguising itself as the Knight, this iteration disguises itself as Hornet. It makes sense for it to do so, since Hornet is the boss who would normally come next if the Pantheon of Hallownest were following the same order as the Pantheon of the Sage. I wonder how Nosk got the idea for this though. Could it have actually read the knight's mind this time? I think that, more than likely, being in Godhome made it aware of what was in the Pantheons and what the knight would usually encounter next. When the God Tuner recorded Nosk's power in order to create a version of it in Godhome, the Godseekers probably believed that it would be at its full potential power if it could fly and if the forms it changed into were more apt for the situation, so that's exactly what happens here. Like many things in the game, it seems that everything about Nosk was intentionally made to be mysterious by Team Cherry. That doesn't make speculation any less fun, though. So what do you think? Do you agree with my theories? What exactly do you believe Nosk really is? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. While you're here, maybe check out the rest of my channel if you're new. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.